Welcome to Quick Writing Tips for English 101. So just want to give you some quick insights and some tips when writing your essays. So we begin with one of the most important ones and common errors that I've seen is do not begin your paragraphs or essays with my essay is about or this essay is about. I'm going to write about because and or but. Now for the first three, you do not need to narrate to the reader what you're going to write about. You just jump into your argument or your topic or your personal narrative. You just write about your subject matter. We will figure out, we the reader will figure out what your stance is, what you're arguing, what you're writing about through if it's clear and concise. So you do not need to narrate to the reader or audience what you're writing about. It will make your essay much stronger. Argumentative or personal narrative will make it that much stronger if you just begin writing about your topic or your subject matter. And then we look down here for because and or but. These are prepositions and conjunctions. And usually conjunctions and prepositions happen within the sentence. They usually do not, and typically do not begin a sentence, especially and but. Or because they would typically result in sentence fragments. And we'll find out later in this presentation what a sentence fragment is. But there are other transitions or prepositions that you may begin your essay with that will match very close to that. And you can find that in your writer's reference book. So there's a long list of transitions, proper transitions, or prepositions that you begin with an essay with, or again, you can substitute it. But again, one of the other most common errors is beginning a sentence with because and or but. And keep in mind, again, that will result in usually a sentence fragment. Another thing to keep in mind is eliminate sentence fragments. So when you think of fragments, you think of incomplete or broken pieces. So sentence fragments are therein lies incomplete sentences. They're usually missing a subject or a verb or both. So they're incomplete sentences. So you'll see here the example I gave you, because of the rain. Oh, it's missing both a subject and a verb because it's just giving you the prepositional phrase here. Because of the rain. Well, because of what? It's missing both the subject and the verb. So again, here's the complete sentence with the phrase, I waited inside because of the rain. So again, it has both the subject, I, and the verb, waited, inside because of the rain. So again, that's just a fragment. So again, you got to watch and make sure that you have both the subject and the verb addressed there. So next, run-on sentences. So fragments and run-on sentences follow closely, hand in hand. So fragments are incomplete sentences. Run-on sentences are usually where it can typically be two independent clauses or sentences that are connected improperly. It's just essentially a constant run-on of sentences without there being proper punctuation or, again, a conjunction separating them. So case in point, if you look here at this example I gave you, I fell asleep, the TV woke me up, period. So you'll see here it's missing a comma or a conjunction. So I gave you both examples. I fell asleep, comma, the TV woke me up. So that's the using the comma. Or I'll use the comma and the conjunction. I fell asleep, but the TV woke me up. So again, you have two independent clauses. I fell asleep, the TV woke me up. Again, it's missing something, either a comma, which is a pause to separate the two independent ideas, or you can add a comma and a conjunction. So again, just watch the run-on sentences. I've seen typically sometimes when we're writing and we just get into writing, we forget to put the punctuation or the conjunction as well. And we'll go 2 to 3 or maybe even 4 lines where there's typically, there were moments of you could have separated those ideas into several sentences. So just watch the run-on sentences. The run-on sentences and the fragments are very easy mistakes to make. And so you just have to watch that and proofread. Next, do not overuse pronouns. So pronouns they take the place of the noun. So instead of us referring to the person or the place as their name, we use he, she, it, they, and so on. But when using the pronoun, we, the reader, need to know what the noun is referring back to. If you keep using the pronouns over and over again, your message gets lost because we forget what you're referring back to. What is the noun you're referring back to? So keep that in mind. Watch the overuse. Again, try not to overuse pronoun after pronoun in each sentence. Again, the reader needs to know what you're referring back to. What is this pronoun referring back to? What noun is it? Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it a thing? So keep that in mind, because the pronouns can be very general. And if you have he or it can refer to a multiple of things in the previous sentence or sentences. So keep that in mind. So watch the overuse. Also, some other quick reminders before ending this. Indent. Always indent the first sentence of each new paragraph. All you have to do is just press tab once, and it'll do that. Also, spell check. Use it on your computer. You should be able to find it in tools. It'll say spell check or spelling check. And then capitalization. Always make sure you capitalized properly. And then the punctuations, just like the sentence fragments, run-on sentences, punctuations, commas, periods, and so on. So you got to make sure that everything follows through. As always, hopefully you found these. These are just some quick tips and strategies for writing. Otherwise, everyone, I will see you in the next video. Thank you.